Everyone, I am happy to introduce you with a new video about JavaScript arrays, and we will discover basics of that, why do we need to know that, what is the usefulness of that, and how you can work with it. Firstly, arrays are everywhere. For example, you're going to Amazon and you wish to find computer, and you see, for example, 100 results of them. So these results, 100 of them, this is array. This is like a list with a lot of items. For example, you're going to the shop and you have a list of what do you need to buy. This is also array. In each programming language, arrays are created in their way, and arrays sometimes are called lists in different programming languages, but this is the one thing. This is the list of something, of elements, of numbers, of text, of objects, with a lot of things. So this is why do you need to know what is it, and let's start to discover how we can work with it. So firstly, we need to create HTML file. So let's create index.html. Then let's create script.js, and let's create in HTML file just simple template and connect our script file at the end of the Java HTML. So script.js, great, amazing. Let's check if it works. So, oh yeah, it works. So everything's good, everything's amazing. Let's come back. Okay, so that's what we have, and let's discover the next thing, how we can see it. Okay, I told you an example, but let's see it. If we go into amazon.com and we like computer, you'll see one computer, second one, third one, and etc. So they're all arrays. As you can understand, this is a list of something, a list of computers, for example. How to make this list? First, you need to create the variable. For example, let products equals, and then just square brackets. That's all what you need. You don't need to make something special more. Just square brackets, and that will be amazing, honestly speaking. After that, you can do whatever you want. For example, let's make array of list of age of your friends. For example, I have a friend with age 21 here, 30 and 43. That being such, and also 76. For example, just for example. Okay, and like white products, friends. It's a weird name. Products for friends. Okay, so how we can check it? Firstly, we can just write console log and then friends. Great. Let's check it. Boom, we have it. Second, that you need to know. If you want to take, for example, one age of your friend or data about something, you need to write friends, square brackets, and then if you want to take the first element, no, you don't need to write 1, you need to write 0. That's the basic thing that you need to know about arrays. They all starts with 0. Why? It's just the long story from the, not from the very beginning of the internet, but something like that. So everything starts from 0, especially in array. So array starts with 0. That's the basic thing that you need to know. If you discover that, that's amazing. Now speaking, this is a big problem for a lot of who begins to discover this thing. Okay, so we know how does it work. Great. Then how we can really work with that? To work with them, you need to know how to work with loops. For, while, do while. This is like basic thing. And if you don't know how to work with that, don't worry, we'll make the video about that. So let's discover like the beginning. Firstly, you need to work with for. This is the simplest one. And we need to start our count from 0. So let's create the variable start. It will start from 0. Okay, you discovered this question. Then we need to work until the end element of our array. So that will be start is less than friends dot links. So if we have 4 friends, how will it work? It will work with first friend 0, second friend 1, third friend 4, fifth friend. Oh, we don't have fifth friend. So only only 4 friends. Yes, 4 friends. 0, 1, 2, and 3. And how you can see, we have showed 4 people. We just start from 0. And we have here the sign less. That's why it won't go to 4. You just need to understand it. And then we can write start plus plus. Why plus plus? Because it will add each time to the variable start 1. For example, firstly, you can write start plus 1. This is the basic thing how you can add to the variable 1. But on speaking, it's complicated. So let's make it easier. To make easier, you can just write start plus equals 1. That will add 1 to your number. For example, you have 10. 10 plus equals 1, that will be 11. If you will write plus equals 3, that will add 3, so it will be 13, for example. But if you want to add on speaking only 1, you can make easier way. You can go with the easier way. That will be 2 pluses. 2 pluses adds only 1. So when developers discovered that the one, like to add 1, this is the most common action in programming, so they discovered why can't we create like just the simplest action plus plus, and it will add 1 to our variable. So as you can see, they had created that, and you can work with that. Amazing. And let's check if I'm not lying to you. So I don't lie to you. Only I can delete this thing. No lies. Okay, and now we can take our friends. How we can make it? We just write friends, square brackets, start. And this start will be just changed. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. And we can check what? Our friend's age. Great! We have taken that, it works, amazing, but how we can work with our HTML with that? So for that, you just need to create, for example, div, let be, to make ID friends here. Also, we can, speaking not to open that in such way, and you can take this div, get element, friends, yeah, I just forgot how we call that, and then we just need to inner HTML here, and we need to add to the end of this HTML every time inside of this friends div the code that will be started with P, like the code that will be in tag P, so like paragraph, and we just can write here the age of one of my friends is, and plus signs, and here we can write friends start, and here you can write years old. Also, don't forget to write here spaces, because if you won't write here space after quotes, that will be like one word, 96 without space years. That will be weird. You can try that. Honestly speaking, that will be weird. And now you can see the age of one of my friend is 21 years old, is 30 years old, 53 years old. So you can see that the style is one, but the data is every time different. It's like in Amazon. So, computer, and you can check. Every time it's different. Every time. This is array. This is how you can work with that. And if you really want to work with all of that a little bit simpler, you can just not write in such a way, because also our JavaScript developers who are improving every time this programming language, they discover that this pattern template of creating such a loop is very popular. And why they can't make it simpler? As you can understand, this is the most beautiful phrase. Simpler in JavaScript. I like it. So we can just write let friend, like one of my friends, let friend of friends. And you don't need to write friend square bracket start, you just can write friend. That's all. That's all what you need. And here we can write friend. And let's check. You have everything the same. Text, console, everything works the same, but with the less code. So what does this of means? It will take each of these elements inside of array like the separate variable, like the variable let friend, and it will update it every time at the end of the loop. So firstly, let friend will be equal to 21. Then it will write code, make console log, and then it will loop it and start from the very beginning. And the start and let friend will be not 21, it will be 30. It will write everything. Then one more time, 53. And so on, so on, so on. So this is how does it work. This is what you need to know about loops, about array, about why do you need it, how to work with it. And honestly speaking, I was very happy to see you here. I'll be looking forward to see you in the next videos, and of course I wish you only the best.